Boom. Here we go. Hello, conscious breathers, infinite beings alike, breath family. Let's wait till everyone gets populated. Here we go. People are popping in. So we're at 40K. I got to repeat myself all over again. For those that are just joining in, we are at 40,000 followers, and I want to thank everyone here who's ever shared my content, who's ever even viewed my YouTube videos, listened to the subliminal breathwork music. I just want to thank every single one who has helped me grow to this point. And I see Crypto Rastas in here. I don't know if you want to join live and hop on, brother, you're more than welcome to. But let's tap into the blockchain, and I'll tap into the giveaway. Well, the giveaway is going to come last anyway, but I'll tap into the blockchain real quick. If it wasn't for Crypto Rastas, I honestly wouldn't have like a full go going into the space of creating, like co-creating and utilizing breath within the space, because I don't see anyone doing it, because people like to look at breath in a one-dimensional way, right? And I will always say this, that the breath resides in all dimensions of reality. When you have different emotions, you are breathing with different mannerisms, correct? So what does that tell you? Breathing through different energy bodies that you're embodying at that point in time. So tapping into the blockchain, a lot of people like to demonize the blockchain, when in hindsight, or the metaverse in general, but in actuality, we're already part of the metaverse. Where are you viewing me right now? Through your phone, through your screen. How is that really any different than the metaverse? The metaverse is just you're going to use other tools. That's all. But beyond that, for my personal intention going into the blockchain and co-creating is more focusing on the real world application. And actually, Crypto Rastas, shout out to them, they actually are utilizing real world applications, giving back to the Caribbean community and giving more opportunity to people who don't have those opportunities. That is what really blew my mind. And shout out Illuminati Congo as well for putting me on them. Because I really wouldn't have went unless he pushed me to go there. So, I like how everyone in the panel that I was around, they were also giving real world applications that like Nike, what they're gonna do, they're literally selling one of one type of clothing, and that clothing that you buy, you have in the metaverse, and there's no rearranging or copying. It's like a one of one type of thing. So even look at that. Even if you don't have that concept and that understanding of why NFTs are so big, why crypto is so big, let's look at the underlying foundation of the blockchain itself. That it is really a one-of-one type of thing, right? So now let's even apply this to the real world, and this is where I want breath to come into this sense, where you can actually go up to a house, and in your crypto wallet, with that NFT, you can actually open your house, like your real physical house. And why is that more secure than a physical key? Well, why is that even more secure? Well, you can't just take the key and copy it. That's why it's more secure. Even security companies should be like, hey, we should actually be looking into blockchain technologies and see what we're missing. Why are people hacking into this? We can actually use blockchain to prevent this and that. Yeah, you really can. It's time as a society to stop looking at things in a one-dimensional way. And if we keep doing that, people like to say they, right? But in actuality, it's us, right? There is opportunity for us to steer the blockchain, the crypto world, the NFT world into a more positive or you can say positive, or a more uplifting aspect for the betterment and growth of society, rather than letting they control it. So why even feed into that? You should be feeding into the factor that sooner or later it's going to be in your face, and you, just like the phone, you're just like the internet, right? They had the same ideology about the internet, and meanwhile, at least people with certain intentions get on the internet to help other people, and it's changed multiple lives. And I believe even there was a certain point within the internet that the suicide rate actually went down. I don't know what specific year that was, but the suicide rate actually went down. You know why? Because people could literally go online and communicate with other people in forums. This was this was forum time. This is when the internet was literally dialing. It was like do 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 to the phone line. Oh man, I remember those days. Wow. So we can't look at things always in a one-dimensional way. We got to see the different factors, and it's also it's also having that compassion side. I'm telling you, compassion in itself, your reasoning for compassion, not just compassion, but your reasoning, whatever that underlying creative aspect of how you perceive compassion, that's a powerful tool in how you move around and grow in life. Because if you're always looking things in a one tunnel way, you're going to see the beauty on each different factors, right? I was talking about why I didn't put out specific programs, because everyone's different in terms of breathwork for basketball or breathwork for tennis and stuff. Because deep down, I personally know, in my experience, that they're not just these athletes are not just robots. They have real life things that they're dealing with behind closed doors in terms of family and death, and all these different things come to play. And you have to, when I work with them, you formulate different menus for each individual person. Where, hey, I actually prefer you to utilize breath mechanics in this way when you're on the court, rather than just this way. There's not always a one size fit all, and when you play into the one size fit all, you constrict yourself in the sense of growth. Okay? And we're not constricting beings. We are multidimensional beings. We have all different emotional feelings. Okay? And we all go through that. So guys, for those that are just joining, thank you for joining. Thank you for anyone who's ever even viewed my live, took a chance, a breath to view my live. Thank you. We're going to tap into a mini breathwork session in a bit. If anybody even wants to hop on live, you're more than welcome to share a couple words. Anyone. Yeah, you're more than welcome to. Which coins, tokens, and which NFTs do you prefer? Any tips? So before just buying into tokens, look at their mission. Like, technically, what's his name? Oh, Ross Terms was the very first NFT I ever bought, because synchronistically, here's what happened. When I first moved to Miami, the first picture I took, and this is one of the main reasons why I live here too, because there's tons of conscious art. It's not just graffiti like New York, with all due respect. It's not graffiti like all over New York. This is actually conscious art, like sprayed all over, and you can feel that creative energy. And that's what even pushed me to be more creative, just being in that surrounding, walking around Wynwood every day, and communicating with different artists from all different walks of life. And you could tell there's a certain vibration that specifically Wynwood, but all Miami, actually, you'll see a lot of conscious art here. You'd be surprised. Well, you shouldn't be surprised, I'm telling you. Here, what to really expect. You will see a lot of conscious art, not just graffiti just to draw, but there's a lot of conscious art that you'll actually pause while walking by and like, whoa, let me give a moment. What is this artist trying to say? What is the message behind the art? Same way you can view that image of art, same way you should view NFTs, coins, whatever the case may be, in that sense. So Ross, Ross's art is very psychedelic in a sense when you view it. There's actually some pieces of artwork I like to gaze into and do eye breathing with, and I can see the certain outlines, and it becomes a different. I don't want to say distorted, but it becomes a different mold and shape of vibration of terms of energy when you look at that art. I love eye breathing with art. It's one of the most psychedelic things because here's something to note. And a lot of people don't know this, but any piece of artwork in the whole entire world, I mean, it doesn't matter how demonizing, whatever the case may be, every single art, the longer it's worked on, you can actually find the golden ratio in every art. Did you know that? Go look that up. You can actually do that. It's the wildest thing, but it makes sense because when people are drawing or painting, whatever the case may be, they're doing that. It's like a meditation. And that's what when people don't know too much about art or the art world, when they look outside and be like, wait, why is that thing worth $42,000? Why is that thing worth $100,000? That doesn't make any sense. That's a bunch of paintings all over. But hey, the people who are paying that amount of money understand the aspect of energy, where this person has a message, or how they actually made the art is also come into play. And that's how you should look at life, like in terms of the intentional energy behind creating anything. And the more you look into that, the more you'll understand why certain art pieces are the way they are, why certain art pieces are priced at a certain point, why certain art pieces are put in certain galleries and excluded from others. It's the intention. Are we talking about the mudra breathing? All right, somebody wants to hop on here live. I don't know what's happening. Oh, there we go.
What's up?
Hey there. Hey, brother. What's going on? Do you want to add to the topic?
Definitely. You were talking about the blockchain and the coins and everything, and like the positive and negative aspects of it. And I wanted to talk about like I myself, I already bought many different coins, and I wanted to invest in different things. But when people try to like introduce me into like the metaverse and stuff, I got a little bit like even like a little bit afraid, because I thought that people would like completely like switch off of like the real life and like only be like in the metaverse and like, how do you say, like get corrupted kind of. And I actually wanted to ask you, like, what's your opinion about it? Because I know a lot of people, they're like, don't have like the greatest life in real life. And I know that for sure, that if they can be anything they want to be in the metaverse, like, I know that they're going to like, spend a lot of time there and not actually here.
Right. I have this theory. I think it'll take maybe 5, if not 5, maybe 10 years, where VR will be a dinosaur. Like, okay. It'll be like Game Boy to Game Boy Advance. It'll literally be like that, because augmented reality is going to come into play, because there's actually some really health hazards when it comes to VR. I've worked with gamers, and most gamers that I work with are filled with anxiety. Let's be real here. They are, and that's something that's not talked about too much in the gamer industry. But unfortunately, it's a real thing, because they're in front of a screen, and that's their day job. They're literally in front of the screen, and they have to pinpoint certain things, and it creates anxiety, because that fills up time within their personal life and what they also want to work on, and all these different aspects. But it's going to become to the point where we're actually going to utilize more augmented reality rather than the virtual reality, where the augmented reality, where you actually go, let's say like Crypto Rasa, for instance, you can't experience Crypto Rasa unless you're in a certain location. And like, let's say you're in a certain location in Miami, and you have these certain glasses or whatever. I'm not talking about the Ray-Bans, but I'm talking about, it'll get to a point where you can actually maybe put it on the side of your ear, and then you can see the holographics.
Like Dragon Ball Z, man.
Yeah, it'll become more like that, and it'll show you the specific either the art itself or the specific music too, music as well, stuff like that. It'll become more like that. And I have this theory where all the augmented reality aspect, when it gets to that point, you're mixing the real light with the virtual light. What I mean by
Yeah.
real light, I mean, you know, the real spectrum that we live in, that we can, you know, touch
Touch and feel.
in the real world. And you're mixing the virtual light with that spectrum, right? So
Hmm.
when this specific technology increase its mechanisms, whatever the case may be, and get better and better and better, we're going to get to the point where we can actually distort light so much to the point where we can actually intertwine with the light spectrum within ourselves, with the soul. Now
Mm.
that is where it's going to get very interesting. We're not even close. Well, we might be close. Who knows what they have behind closed doors? But uh, I have a theory that even when we get close to that point, something big is going to happen between 2023 and 2030. I'm not going to talk about it here, but just if you guys know about those dates, then you could see why it might not even get to that point of what I'm talking about in terms of intertwining with the soul, because it's going to shift so much of consciousness in terms of the human planet,
Yeah.
because we're going to be intertwining with different aspects of reality in terms of the real world beyond the virtual world, and things like that. That's all I have to say about that timeline. But if that does happen, now I can see that actually that'll actually prevent that distorted reality with the soul for sure.
Yeah, but like another thing that you talk, because you talk about timelines, is that like when people talk about like AI and technology in general, the most of the thoughts that I see coming out of people is like fear-based thoughts. So like, oh, AI is gonna take over and we're gonna be enslaved and blah 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 blah. But I personally like don't believe that. Like,
Yeah.
I believe that we are humans and like we have capacity, power, and the strength to rule over ourselves and whatever creation we create.
Yeah,
And
and that's why it's important to not give into the fear, because at the end of the day, it's us. It's not just they, or you want to say elites or they or whatever. It's all of us combined.
yeah,
That's what crypto is showing us, that hey, we can come together, create different communities even outside of the judicial system, and that's what they're doing here. You know, I think it's in Colorado. They're actually making crypto cities that's technically sovereign. That makes it sovereign. It goes way past that. You got to do all your paperwork and become sovereign and all that. You can just go to a crypto city, live in a crypto city, and
it's
when
okay.
police come or try to do anything, they're actually outside of the judicial system, and they're going to create their own police in that state where it can be more harmonious because we're the ones building it. So instead of fearing it, see where you can actually fit in and say, how can this actually help my community right now, or what can I co-create with somebody that knows about these technologies to actually make it human, even more human friendly, because we've been going down a path already that we're making devices like the phone and Wi-Fi and stuff like that that's not human friendly. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, and like another thing that I wanted to say is like instead of like just going like into fear and saying like this horrible things will happen, like why don't most people just choose a different timeline where it is something that helps us, you know what I mean, that is like literally, as you said, like human friendly and will literally contribute to the future of everyone together. Because if we want it or not, it already got to the point where everything is interconnected and it's just growing day by day, you know,
Mm-hmm.
crypto, AI, everything. So I don't see, I mean, there's endless possibilities and endless timelines, but like the direction that I see like humanity going right now, I don't think that there is like a way of separating all of it and like just like throwing in the trash. You know what I mean? Like,
Unfortunately, not.
yeah,
Yeah, that's where we're at. Someone else wants to join live. I'm gonna let them hop on too. You're
yeah.
gonna say it's gonna be like split. Hey, brother,
Hey,
welcome.
how you doing?
What's up?
So, man, I'm at work, so I have gloves on.
Yeah, do you want to tap into the conversation?
Oh yes. I was listening to him about the multiverse. The way I think about it more as a point of time. right? Because as you know, we don't create anything, right? We just kind of rediscovering stuff that
Mhm.
already happened. So what if the metaverse is actually a point of time that we have just been able to crack, right?
Ah.
And it's actually not as simple as it seems, right? Because what we've seen with governments, right, is they never tell the whole story, right? So they will always kind of give the people the bottom of what the thing really is. For instance, the internet. They've had much better internet, right, before they let it out to the public, right? So
Yeah.
I really believe the metaverse might be a point of time that we just cracked, and then eventually, because when you think about the Sims, for instance, right? How long do you think until the Sims become conscious, right? To where they start thinking of who created us, right, and stuff like
Mhm.
that. It's not that far fetched, right? Like
Nope.
people might think it's that far fetched, but me personally, I don't think it is, right? And if you go back to the ancient books, the ancient civilization books, they talk about a lot of this technology that we just discovered. Now, I think the huge difference is they were able to reach that level while remaining pure, right? So they didn't have to, the way we are going about it, we put it in the earth, right? But when you read the ancient books, they discovered all these technologies, but the earth was just fine. So they had a different approach to it, right? So I don't know, that's just my take on it. I think this might be a new point of time, and I personally don't think people are ready for it, because you have a bunch of people that are depressed. They have no personality, and they will hide behind social media to create that whole lifestyle, right?
No.
Now, how dangerous can that be if you can literally do everything in it and you can earn money? You don't need to go to work, right? You don't need to do anything. You just wake up in the morning, get into the metaverse, spend your entire day there, go back to sleep, rinse and repeat. You don't need to work in real life, because the money you can make in the metaverse, you can convert it into real life, right? So we might end up being we might end up being in a state where people become very, very antisocial, right? Not because they want to, but because the fact that they enclose themselves so much in it, they will not know how to interact with people in real life, right? Because it will be so uncomfortable, right? So anyway, that's my take on it.
Yeah, I like that because yeah, to add to that, I think this whole what the world is going through. I didn't want to
Yeah,
say the word here. Uh but that's, I think that was preparing us to be like that in that sense, right?
yeah,
You see the whole, it just can't be a coincidence where the whole timeline of when Mark gave the whole speech about changing it to meta and all this, it just can't be a coincidence. It's just, hey, talk
yeah,
about perfect timing, right? People are already conditioned to be at home and already conditioned this way in
yeah,
that sense. But I'll give you this. Here's the other aspect I looked at this, where if someone is blind or someone is, even on their deathbed,
yeah,
at least they have an opportunity, if they go in the metaverse, to have all the ailments and things that they unfortunately weren't able to have in real life. At least
yeah,
it'll give them that type of sense. So I looked at, that's also another aspect to look at too, and I think that that'd be a nice way for people who are disabled in any matter to actually have that type of experience. But
oh yeah,
I feel like that will become a huge thing when they start playing with the soul aspect. Remember, I was saying how the different fractals of light in terms of the light technology. Then when the light
yeah,
technology gets really advanced but augmented, I'm telling you, it's going to get to the point where you just go into the box or whatever, and you can feel everything in the virtual world or the other world, whatever the case may be. And even
Yes.
emotions will be a lot stronger, and you feel like that emotional intelligence is going to be really deep connected with the other world, quote unquote.
Mm.
Yes. Yeah, oh, that's a good point. You know, but if you don't understand, for instance, you are different, right? Because you're knowledgeable into how we perceive colors. Not a lot of people do, right? People don't understand how we view things, the whole projection thing, right? The colors and whatnot. So my, like, I wouldn't say fear because I don't have fears. My concern with that is how easy, because it's one step further, how easy will it be to manipulate people that are not aware of how things like colors work? How do we perceive colors? How do we view
Mm-hmm.
things, right?
It'll get to the point where if they can manipulate the color spectrum, because the color spectrum is going to be with your brain in that sense, and the
Yeah,
soul, however they want to connect it that way, but they can then manipulate even memories at that point.
Yeah.
yeah.
They can
Like,
also do do that.
what do we know what's real? Even now, right? The more I've been learning about ancient civilization and stuff, it has like sometimes I ask myself like, how do we know this is real, right? Just because, like, when you read and you discover the whole entropy thing, right? Like the way civilization works and the whole system where civilization rise and fall, everything rise and fall, right? And we have all these misinformations in between that we do not understand, right? It's like, even if you go from the pyramids and then the whole chakra experiment, to where when people explain it to others, you really have to dive in to understand it, right? So now we will be we pretty much have this new word, because that's what I call it. People think it's like so different, and I'm like, when you think about it, we've been living in the same world because we spend so much time on devices. It would be no different. It would just be more convenient. You would just be in it instead of looking at it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, we've already been, it's like the progression of things, right? But then again, um, technology is moving too fast, and our ability to regulate it and to maintain and to keep it in order is not moving as fast, right? So eventually, we, like, I wouldn't say a Terminator like situation, but eventually we will have to turn these machines off, right? Because if it keeps moving that fast, and us as humans, we're not moving as far as regulation goes and as far as understanding, right? Because nobody is teaching the population.
I
Like,
think that might come with natural, natural divine intermission, just coming and be like, all right, we're gonna have to turn this off. Mother Earth is gonna be like, no, here. And then you might have another solar flare. Then it just wipes out
mm-hmm.
technology in that sense, and it's not also far fetched, because now we have I
No.
think the G20, the GB20. I don't hope I'm saying it right. The G20, they came out
Don't.
with a simulation where, in a scenario, what would happen if the whole power grid of the whole entire world goes off, and they
Mm.
had the same simulation with what we're dealing with now.
Yeah.
So and they talk about great timing. I'm like, out of all the simulations you could do, why that? Talk about great timing, right?
Yeah, it is. Like, yeah, the timing is off. Be- uh, because when you think about what's happening in a couple of years, right, 2025 and whatnot, and then you see how things evolve and you read through history, it's the same thing. Like, we're pretty much doing the same thing. Like, it's the same thing. There's no change. Nothing has changed. On the contrary, we've gotten worse because now we're not as spiritual as we used to be, right? So that's why we have all these natural resources that we're using, that, like, it does not benefit us. Like, by us, I mean nature, right? Like, it destroy nature, And but at the end of the day, we're not really destroying nature, we're destroying ourselves, because Mother Earth going to reset and kick us out of there, right? Once mother, like once the Earth has enough, like they're just gonna be like, you have to get out of here, because you can't you can't keep destroying it. And I think it will we will fall back into that cycle again, to where we will be forced to start over, right? And there will be another gap into civilization where the newcomers won't understand, right? They will be like we built all this stuff, right? And then we'll
Bro, oh
start
yeah,
over.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like I was explaining on that post of why those kings lived so long as they did. I think somewhere, and this was pre-flood. I'm talking about before the whole flood,
Yes.
like biblical flood, or with the Muslims and their aspect of flood. You can find the flood in all
Yep.
cultures. So some
All
type of
cultures.
flood happened, but
Yeah.
before the flood, you can see in the Sumerian tablets they were playing with atomic bombs. They were
Yes,
playing
they
with
were.
nuclear weapons. So, so it maybe got to that point on Earth where Earth was like, "Nah, let's watch this all right
Mm.
now," and that's what happened. Who knows? Maybe we might repeat that all over again. But instead of the flood, it might be a solar flare that just wipes out technology in that sense.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like about the flood and everything. After Atlantis, after the fall of Atlantis, was when the human consciousness started falling, like literally falling down. And the thing was, I'm not sure if you're like aware of this, but what happened back in Atlantis was that we all were connected with like one language, like everyone speak one language and everyone like could communicate. I'm not sure how the name was, but what happened was that like the Anunnaki, like Toph and all of the other like out of space beings, they wanted to get control out of Earth, because Earth is a intergalactual like literally like a space travel portal, just
Yeah.
like with many. Because I'm not sure if you're aware of the Katara grid, but like there's like Kabbalah, there is like the 10th planets system, but there's actually just like an imposed system, because the actual system is a Katara grid that involves 12 planets.
12. Yeah.
Yeah. And what happened was they were trying to get control of Earth, because with Earth they have access to all the other planets above, and they basically erase the memory, the template memory of the planet, so that we would disconnect from our memories, our planetary memories, and so that we could be disconnected from our language and disconnected with each other. And then you have also like the fall of Babylon and stuff, like the huge building that everyone was building together and stuff. And they did this to literally gain control over us, because they wanted control of the materials like gold and etc. And because of like the human consciousness was like raising and going so far, that people started like taking parts of like, do I want to live with each other and be free, or do I want to gain control over others? And that's where like the problem with Atlantis and Lemuria started happening. And my point of view about everything of like this topic is that a lot of the souls that were incarnated in bodies at that time are also incarnated right now. And we now have the chance to do better and like, rise above whatever happened. Because I think that a lot of people learned a lot of stuff. It's just about us remembering what happened and remembering ourselves. And that's also a lot of things like that, where like personality comes like in a topic to me, because a lot of people think like, oh, I am my name, my age, the memories that happened to me and everything. And like till the point where you disconnect from this illusion, because I call it illusion, because like this is just like a part, like a fragment of your actual soul.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that like so the metaverse and everything that is happening right now, that is happening simultaneously, and like the COVID and everything, so we can rise above this and like functioning as like the human collective and everything. We all have to come to the point where we all realize that our personality is actually only this fragment, and we are all way more than we actually perceive. And there, I think that there should be more topics and more talkings and a lot of more disclosure about this, and try to explain to people like, calm, like open way, and not to like say like,
Okay.
yeah, this is my belief and you have to accept this and you gotta be like this too because it is like this. I know that's my personal truth and you have to have it too. And you know, just like be open and try to like give it as an opportunity of someone to take part, and not like going like trying to control or manipulate or, you know, like infringe the personal rights of people.
I have a
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
So mostly for you. So here's my question: with everything that needs to be done, right? Because you are doing the work, so you know what it takes. You
Yeah.
know, I should say. Do you think because before our chromosome 2 was modified, we used to be able to live up to thousands of years, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Until the whole Tower of Babel happened, and you know we know the rest. So, do you think our life expectancy is enough to fully understand and to like to be to have enough practice to where we can break through? Do you think the 120 years that we live up to is enough time for someone? Because the reason I'm asking is because back in the day, as soon as you were born, right? Let's say if you were born from a farmer, right? If your dad was a farmer, from a kid, that's what you do from a kid, right? So by the time you're
Hmm.
12 to 13 years old, you are an expert, right? In that field. So the same will go with the whole study meditation thing, right? So if that's what your family was doing, chances are you start at 3, 4 years old, right? So
Yeah.
by the time you're 12 to 15, you've done so much, you've so advanced, right? So do you think it's possible in the amount of time we have in our lifetime to be able to reach the goal? Or do you think it's like I mean, what do you think?
Well, I think it is possible if we want it to be possible, you know? Like it depends on the willpower that we are willing to bring on the table. But I think that if we would achieve a global human basic rights, that's also some stuff I'm writing about now, that we could make the if we imagine if everyone would not have to work to survive, how many
Yeah.
new ideas and how many new projects and how many the earth will flourish, you know. And then we could concentrate in stuff like creating biodegradable stuff or better ways of recycling. And literally my focus right now is more how to clean the earth and how to make sure, as you said, Mother Earth don't snap us out of here, you know. Like,
It always happen.
yeah,
We could,
man, like
yeah.
literally I try to see like how I
Sooner or
could
later.
help, because I see a lot of people, I see a lot of spiritual people concentrating on themselves and like working on themselves, doing shadow work and blah blah blah. But I'm more like, at least for me, I already had done a lot of stuff. I feel pretty good in my body. My life is pretty okay. Like I'm working towards my goals, you know.
Okay.
But for me, it's more like, how do we do shadow work for Earth? You know, how do we blink into the parts of Earth that nobody wants to talk about or nobody wants to go in and like make things happen? You know, or like a big issue for me is also animal cruelty
Mm-hmm.
and like the consumption of meats and fish and all the other living beings. Because for me, we are all conscious, you know,
Yeah.
and the animals are also conscious. And I don't see why we as humans, where we are able to, I mean, plants do feel distress too when you like cut them off, but it's not the
Mm-hmm.
same as like the physical and emotional pain that animals suffer when they get killed or like separated from each other. So for me, it's more like, how do we as a community, as the human collective, can make not specifically steps towards like betterment of ourselves, the earth, and all the beings in the earth right now, you know. Like, how can we make everything as better as it can for us, but also for the other beings? And for me, a big step would be a minimum wage that everybody would get, so people don't have to like literally like work to survive. So
Oh, so like
surviving,
basic universal income?
exactly. And
That's tough. Oof.
yeah, I mean
That's
that stuff.
tough.
I wouldn't say it's tough. I would say that we were programmed to think that it's tough, you know,
Yeah, of
because
course.
there
Yeah.
is enough money, there is enough people, there is enough energy. It's all there, you know. It's about like talking about tarot. I see us right now as the magician. We have everything on the table. It's just about us having taking the stuff and making it happen, you know. And that's where I like blockchain and crypto and stuff, because there are a lot of products and ideas that are working with each other to like make everything more efficient and better, you know.
Yeah.
But an important point for me is to make sure we do this in an organic way, that we don't get enslaved, or we don't get fixed only to one thing, you know. But coming back to where you asked, like if we on a soul level are ready for this, I would say that if we all focus on ourselves and making our templates go back to the Christ template, and literally we could achieve of like, you know, everyone going back to the original state of like living 1,000 years. It's just about us putting the focus on the collective on exactly that point, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think it's important to like shift the collective consciousness to like important things, and not fear and mongering and killing, and oh, this variant is gonna kill everybody and blah blah blah, and take a vaccine or you can't work and blah blah blah. You know, I think that's not the right thing to do, you know. Like rather than try to control people and I don't know, like earn energy and money out of them, why not focus on make sure everyone is so happy that we don't even have to think about stuff like that,
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah.
Like and there we come to like talk about like also like reptilians and Anunnaki and other like life beings and the influence they have on us and we on them and everything. But I also don't believe that like, oh, all the Anunnaki are bad and all the reptilians are bad and
No.
they're here to make sure we're making it to die and blah blah blah. I believe that as much as we have the potential to be bad, they have too, you know. And there's where I think like intergalactical discrimination comes to place.
See, I think that's going to be one of the biggest things when the some of the ships start actually landing and communing with people. People are finally going to say, "Oh, forget white, forget Spanish, forget this, that. No, human.
Yeah.
Okay, human. Oh my God!" And that's going to be one of the biggest conscious whoosh,
Shape. Yeah. Yeah. You're
shifts.
right.
Yeah, definitely.
You're
But
right. Because
another point that I would point out is not everyone incarnated in a human body is a specific human soul.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
That's true. Yep.
and the higher we vibe in the like dimensional frequency, like the higher the spectrum is, the better you can see to other people's souls. And that's why some people are like, when you're achieving like the fourth dimensional density, you start
yeah.
seeing actually the soul there's incarnated in the body. And that's why some people like look at other people and they see like reptilians or other beings from other like planets and stuff, and they start freaking out because they're like, did I see that right? Was that person like something else, you know? And they start tripping, but actually that's just literally your body and soul co-working with each other, enabling you
Yeah.
to see what's actually there, you know. And that's why I think there should be a lot of transparency and disclosure about who we are on a deep soul level and what we are here to do, you know. And I wanted to make a project to not erase but make distractions lower, you know what I mean, that people can focus on themselves. And there again, then we go back to the what you just talked about, the how was it called, interdimensional
Oh,
that everyone gets a salary. I forgot the name of it.
oh, basic universal income.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
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 Um. I bet, like me personally, I think the biggest problem we have, right? The biggest problem we have is labels, right? Labels we put on things.
Yeah. Yep.
So from religion to race to everything, because once you read across every book, from the Quran to the Torah, they all talk like you all talk about the same thing, right? Evolution. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else, nothing more. And they all send the same message, right? You have to practice unconditional love.
Yeah.
So to me, I feel like if we are able to practice unconditional love, that solves the rest of the issues because you will approach everybody like you are approaching yourself. So you will never have malintent. You will never have an agenda because you're pretty much talking to yourself, right? In every interaction, you feel like you are interacting with yourself. So how can you come in and have an agenda against yourself? How can you come in and have like an angle when you're talking to someone, right? Because if you see me as yourself, then the way you approach me is out of love, always out of love, right, and nothing else. So I think the labels need to go. I think labels need to go. Me personally. So
I
yeah.
mean, definitely, but then you would have to first get people to love themselves because, as we know, like right now, a lot of people have a lot of self-hatred and they don't accept themselves of like the way they are and who they are, and because of like trauma and experiences and everything. And that's why I think we should all try to like make sure we can make um global healings, man, like literally global meditations with global healing, so we can literally purge everything that is not like vibrating at the proper frequency with the highest good of everyone, so we can purge all this sadness, hatred, envy.
And that's one of my intentions for even stepping into the blockchain, rather than just demonizing it, all that
Yeah.
stuff. Not
Yeah,
add a
man.
human element where people can come back to their breath if they're opening their door, opening their car, or whatever the case may be, utilizing the breath in that sense.
Okay.
Right back to it. Right back
Yeah.
to source.
It's like I really hope we break through soon. But me personally, I think there's a lot of work to do, but it's one step at a time.
But
Uh,
that's a good thing, man. A lot of things to do, a lot of things to experience.
Got a lot of
like
work to
like
do.
uh like I've been working on getting off of cooked food and start eating raw food a lot more.
Very good.
Because like as you read to the ancient text, like even if you just focus on the Bible, right? You're not supposed to eat cooked food.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to. So you don't even need to go to the ancient text. Even if you really pay attention to Genesis and what happened after we ate that fruit, we're not supposed to eat cooked food, right? That was one of the things pretty much he put in place as, all right, that's one of the punishment. Now you have to work to eat, right? You're not supposed to. That's why we don't salivate when we see a chicken run outside. We don't salivate. But you know what I mean? Like let's be honest, like every other species, they salivate over what they eat, right? Like if you put a cat and you put cat food and whatnot, it salivates, like he wants to eat. But us,
Yeah.
it only happens with fruits.
Mm-hmm.
It never happens with anything else. So I really think we ought to revisit even the way we eat, what we eat. I know Devin, you on the you on the 4 year. Man, I don't know how you did it.
Breath,
That's
man.
that's
That
that's
breath
really,
foundation. Breath is
yeah.
The
key.
prana, man.
Yeah, so yeah, but I'm happy you had me on. I was happy to talk to you guys, and
Likewise, brother. You guys are welcomed on here anytime. We're gonna hop into the breath session to end it off. And then I'll
okay,
go into the giveaway too.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna
all
tag
right,
you towards the end when I repost it. So no worries on that too.
Olive,
okay, all right. Thanks.
thank you very much, my
Peace.
man.
Thank you. Um, how do we get off?
I got you. All right. Thank you all for tapping in. Thank you for the badge love during that talk, Melanie and Wizard. Thank you. So we're gonna tap into a little mini session, and then after the session, I'll go into the giveaway. So if you guys are new to my page, welcome. I wonder which which breath mechanics should we get into? Let's do hmm, let's do something with flex breathing. Why not? Flex breathing. So we're going to take a regular inhale and we're going to exhale 3 partial breaths. Just pure nasal breathing. That's what Alchemy Breathwork is about. You can even try doing this when you're running, walking, and even with the flex breathing that we're about to do with the hands. You can even do it while walking or in between your sets and see how longer you last when you're working out or doing any even sexual activities. Men, you'd be surprised. The breath, because what's semen? Semen is literally the blood. What is pumping the blood? The breath. So if you get your breath mechanics on point, you can have deeper experiences when it comes to sexual acts, tantric acts for my semen retention males out there, but not just beyond that, but just overall connection with your everyday life. That's what Alchemy Breathwork is about, utilizing it in your everyday life. Yes, I did. Naturally, someone asked about how I healed my eyesight. So I would wake up and make sure you clean your mouth going to sleep, especially if you're eating cooked foods, please. All right. So definitely try to get more raw stuff in your whatever lifestyle you have right now. That will definitely help. I know many people are on cooked foods, whatever the case may be. So what I would do is in the rising time, I would wake up, put saliva in, then also put my morning pee into my eye docs, and then I would literally go sun gaze. And the day that you do it, you can also you can just use saliva too. And saliva also has electrolytes in it. It's bicarbonate in your saliva. Then when you also mix urine in there as well, it's super powerful. And then when you go sun gaze, you'll start to see, especially if you have any type of eye problems, you will start to see the sparks from the sun. And you want to mainly sun gaze around when the UV index is at 0. So go on your weather app or just Google whatever town you're in, UV index right now. It'll show you. One isn't too bad for those late people who wake up late. One isn't that bad, and you want to start off minutes slow and small. So you want to catch the sunrise and then the sunset, and sun gaze around those times. Somewhere in my YouTube, I do have some part of the sun gazing protocols, at least a little bit of it, somewhere in my YouTube. But in Breath Family Members Group, there's a whole library of sun gazing protocols you can do. Even the anointing, what Jesus did for his sun gazing techniques and how he would harmonize with the sun. Or even having your eyes closed and even doing the breath practice we're about to do. As soon as you open your eyes and you start sun gazing, you are going to see more sparks, more energy coming towards you from the sun. So let's dive into this breath practice, and then we're going to get into the giveaway afterwards. So we're going to take a regular inhale, and then you're going to exhale 3 partial breaths, and you're going to harmonize your hands with the exhale. And this is flex breathing with 3s. So regular inhale, just like that. All right. And you can have your hands at your side. You don't have to have them up, but I'm going to have them up just to guide people here that may want a visual. You can have your eyes closed. That's perfectly fine. And on your exhales, I want you to squeeze everything you go to the bathroom with only on your exhales. And something to note, that 3 partial breath is 1 full exhale. So you're letting out that full exhale, but in 3 parts. And when you do that, this goes to show you just different mechanics of the breath and how much it sparks and builds a different relationship with breath and utilizing it in so many different facets. There's even mental breath work, there's quantum breath work, there's color breathing. There you go, so far deep in the different mechanics of breath. And this is one way to use them, especially the auditory aspect of it. Not beyond the breathing mechanics, but the auditory aspect, that your own mechanism, your own body is creating a symphony with the energy of 3. and you have 33 vertebrae. I can go on and on about three, the Trinity, on and on. But it's really healing. And if you guys are really new to my page, definitely check out the YouTube. There's like mini breath sessions in there. And there's also subliminal breathwork music, even one specifically for fasting. I'm going to make one for reading soon. So many. Jen's over there making so. Oh, she's almost done. Okay, so yeah, any questions before we start? And get in position. You can be standing if you have the phone. If you're walking, doesn't matter. Just relax. Come to your breath. Breathe in with the nose. Breathe out with the nose. Before we actually start, take a couple breaths here. Focus on your breath. And before we start, I want you to set an intention with the breath. What are you accepting more of with every breath in your everyday life? With every breath, what are you accepting more of? With every breath, are you accepting more love, gratitude, the power to let go? What comes to mind in this exact moment in time? Say that in your mind's eye. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Breathe that intention in. Breathe that intention out. So before we start, before we start, I'm going to say relax. When I say relax, just slowly, if you have your hands up, you can also have your hands up like this too. That's perfectly fine. Or you can slowly, put them down if you have your hands up. Slowly put them down, and then I'm going to tell you to regulate your breathing. What I mean by that is breathe completely silent, that you can't hear the breath at all. Pure nasal breathing, and I'll remind you to also start to swallow your saliva. Some of you may taste a difference in your saliva. That's perfectly normal. And that goes to show you how structured we can make our own waters when it comes to saliva in that sense. So remember, while you're breathing, we're going to start with the inhale in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Relax. Breathe silently where you can't hear the breath at all, only with the nose. And really focus on slowing down your exhales. Let the inhale come in naturally. Really slow down your exhales. Swallow, swallow, swallow your saliva. Go at your own pace. Slow it down. Feel the energy coming into the stomach. Pure nasal breathing. You can let go of your pelvic floor as well, or everything you go to the bathroom with. All right, get your hands ready for round 2. Hands back up or on your side, whatever feels comfortable. And for those that are just joining, we're doing 3 partial breaths out. As you exhale 3, and you're also going to be squeezing everything you go to the bathroom with. Only on the exhales, on the inhales, let go. Okay? And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1 with the inhale. Let's go. let go, relax into the silence of the breath. Breathe where you can't hear the breath at all, only with the nose. Deeper and deeper exhales. Let that inhale come in naturally. And remember why you're breathing. What was your intention? What is your intention? Moving forward with every breath in your waking moment, in your waking life, in your every interaction. What is your intention when you breathe? What are you breathing life into? What are you breathing into your life? Acknowledge that every breath you take is a starting point of life, and that ripples into your thoughts, and then that ripples into your actions, and that ripples into your behaviors, and that ripples into your manifestations that you attract in everyday life. And we're going to start the next round, hands back up or on your side, whatever's comfortable. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go with the inhale. Relax. Breathe where you can't hear the breath at all. Deeper and deeper exhales. Really slow down that exhale. Let that inhale come in naturally. And just really swallow your saliva. Relax your shoulders. Feel the pulsations going from your hand all the way up on your body as you inhale, as you slow down that exhale. And realize, feel that it's not just breath you're harmonizing with. It is the extension of your spirit. Give gratitude for every breath you take, every breath you give. And remind yourself what you're breathing for. And what are you accepting more of in your everyday life with every breath? Breathe that in. Breathe that out. Swallow, swallow, swallow. Relax. How we feeling? Thank you all for sharing that experience. So now we're going to get into the giveaway. So the giveaway is basically anybody that wants to nourish. All right. Much love. Energized. Thank you. Thank you guys for just hopping on, sharing the energy, and cultivating breath consciousness. We're literally breathing life into our surroundings, and that's echoing wherever you are right now with me, with you, all in that one moment. Powerful. And that's something you can do in your everyday life. You can literally do that one for hours and hours and hours if you want. It might get a little bit tiring with the hand going up though, but just you can have your hand on your side. That's perfectly fine. And that's the beauty of Alchemy Breathwork. You can do it for hours and hours and hours, and you will feel, keyword feel, not even see, experience, whatever. It's more so feel the different layers you're tapping into the more you do it. And you can just do like 2 minutes, 1 minute of just one couple breaths, just doing that. And I challenge you to randomly do it throughout the day. It's more efficient, more powerful, doing something more in the sense of throughout the day rather than just one whole section focusing 1 hour. And that's what I mean, because how can we bring the sit down session with us in our everyday life? You know, and that's alchemizing it right then and there. You're taking it head on. You're taking it in real time. This is breathwork you can do in real time. And if you've been following me for a while and you really didn't really grab that concept, I hope you do now. It's almost 2 a.m. I couldn't sleep because I was supposed to join this live. Oh, beautiful. So, I like that one. So, guys, I want to share what I'm giving away. And I'm giving away 3 of these. So this will no longer be on the website. Actually, after this, I'm really going to take it down. So this is a kimono that literally one size fits all. And as you can see, it's gold vinyl as well. If you want me to sign it, I'll also sign it on the pyramid as well. And this particular structure is actually on the scalar. So it's technically scalar embedded. I don't know if you guys seen that testimonial with Ron, where he actually had the first golden shirt. He had one of those shirts. He was wearing the symbol, and he was wearing it to sleep, and he could feel the energy from all the way here in Miami to Pennsylvania. And anyone who had my shirt and my kimono all said the same thing. So this symbol, even the kimonos, before I even ship it out to the winners here, will literally be on the scalar. Like, it's going to be embedded with scalar energy. When you get it, please share your experience in that sense. But speaking of experience, I'm going to give 3 people a chance to hop on here live and share their experience, and you get a free kimono. If I don't get 3 people, if you share this live, you know what? I'm gonna extend it to maybe 4 kimonos. So if you share this live when I repost it after, not live right now, but when you can still share now. I think I would still get notifications. I'm not sure, but wait till I actually repost this. And if you're rewatching this live again, repost this on your story, tag me, and you'll enter for this kimono, this giveaway here. So yeah, anyone wants to hop on here live and share their experience, get a chance to win, you're more than welcome to hop on. I need that. Yeah, hop on live. We have someone tapping in right now. Hey, sister.
Hi, I was waiting for you to finish talking first.
Welcome.
Thank you.
How did
Hi,
you
everybody.
like that?
I do want to give my testimony, but I was waiting for you to finish. I did semi give my testimony when I went live with nature with your girlfriend. I'm sorry, I'm reading a comment. My birth chart is mostly air. Does that mean I'm supposed to be a Breatharian? That's funny. Yeah, that's scalar, man. I mean, I came just in time. I was not even on IG, and I was like, let me get on IG, and I was like, whoo, it was so many people on live, and I was like, okay, is the energy, but I've seen yours, and I was like, let me jump on, and you were doing the same breathing technique we did for the last scalar meditation that we had. And oh my gosh, if y'all did not go, I plan on making a drive, by the way. Like, I got a car now. I manifested my car. Since the scalar, my manifestations have been so fast. I felt like I lost. I mentioned on the live, and mute. I do sea moss. Okay, I do eat junk food at times, but not so much. I eat pretty well. But so I do sea moss, I do hape, I do different things to constantly keep my energy like clear of mucus. I love celery juice, which people don't like it. I think it tastes so yummy. And so I say that to say that like I like to believe that I live a pretty healthy lifestyle. And that meditation that we did with the scalar, man, I tell you, I came out of there. I was spitting. I was like releasing so much mucus, just like, having ascension symptoms. During the meditation itself, the first hour we did breath work, and the second hour was like the sound bath. And I sweat so much with just the breathing technique that we just did, that you just shared with us on live. I was sweating so much during that, and I was like, okay, I could feel which organs in my body was like, yes, please, like you needed to do this a long time. And I used to do a lot of Kundalini yoga, but this year I kind of like fell off on a lot of stuff, I won't lie. And I was like, oh, my body showed me. It showed me straight up like what was going on. And I was like, okay. When we was laying down and the pyramid was there and the scalar was like right behind my freaking head, I felt like I lost like 15 pounds straight, like instantly. And this year I experienced like a lot of gases too, I had explained. And for a whole week, like I didn't know that meditation was on a Sunday and it was like Friday. And I was like, wait, I didn't burp not even once. Like I didn't have any gases. And so I'm a firm believer of the scalar. Like, I was like, that's a whole other voodoo over there. Like,
No, it's just us remembering ancient technology and just bringing it to the surface. We were definitely not cave people as we've been taught to believe. When you look at those tablets, you see them playing with earth crystalline energy where it's zapping out, and that's what we're doing with the scalar in that sense. So we're just remembering. That's all.
mm-hmm.
So do you want me to hold your kimono for the next one? You just come in person.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, definitely. I didn't know you were gonna do that right now. I mean, I wanted to give a testimony regardless, but my ears ringing like crazy. So yes, I'm so excited now even more. And then I definitely I'll give a review for sure. I'll do it live and save it as well. I like to do reviews. I like supporting small businesses. That's my thing. I don't always have time to do it right away, but I definitely do get to it. When I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. So it's on the 19th, correct?
Yeah, it's on
Or
the
the 18th.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I will be there on the 19th because I was already planning on going, and I do not regret it. I'm not even in South Florida, but that trip is worth the trip. Like, I'll tell you that much.
Where are you driving from?
I'm
Orlando,
in
right?
Central Florida. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So it's about like 3 hours. It's not bad. I like driving anyways. It's like my wings. So
Yeah,
I feel like I did good.
I'm really honored. I'm really honored you're driving that far, and and I still want to say thank you even for the last people that even flew out just for that 2-hour experience. It really means a lot to me, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, it's worth it. I'm telling you, wherever y'all are, I mean, I'm not even trying to hype it up or anything. For me, like, yo, it is serious. That's so serious. I'm telling you, the technology, yeah, and that is our ancient, our ancestors. Sometimes I feel like we went a little reverse in time,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
you know, we kind of needed to do this so that we can all be, it's like all that was here before is here now, so that we can get this done right, at least, or whatever. But thank you so much. I'm gonna allow somebody else to jump
Yeah,
on,
someone's here. Thank
and
you, sister.
I'll let you know when I do the review. Thank you.
All right, much love. Peace. Uh, Cabri TV. Oh, a lot of people are popping in. All right. Except next one. I might give up way more than 3 kimonos.
I'm
So,
on live. Give me 1 second.
hey there.
Yo, what's going on? Give me a second. Hey,
What's going on, brother?
what's going on? I didn't even think you was gonna let me on here, bro. How's everything?
Welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How you feeling, God?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling electric. And you?
Good, good, good. I'm just, it's crazy because you know how they say like the when it comes to language, there are certain feelings that the human language can't really talk about because language hasn't even been for that around for that long. So that's really how I'm feeling when it comes to my manifestation. If I'm being honest, I have no experience with your scalar waves, but a lot of my friends follow you. So I be on it. So, but I definitely want to tap in with you. I appreciate you, just putting out so much information and just breathing life into everybody that watches your content. So I just want to give thanks to the God one time for that. You know what
Oh.
I'm saying? Especially the first time I see your name, I was like, damn, why I ain't thinking about Black Airbender? Like, why I ain't thinking about that shit? That shit's so fly. But yeah, man, I appreciate it. Definitely when it comes to, the breath work, I've been doing a lot, tapping in a lot of with my spiritual self in the morning, just getting on my path. So yeah.
Did you get a chance to tap in before when we did the hands?
No, I seen you finish it. I seen you do the hands as soon as I
Uh,
came in. So I know I might not be able to get, a kimono, but
oh,
I
good.
definitely will. Send me a link and I'll definitely take a class or whatever you have if that works. You know what I'm
For sure,
saying?
brother. Yeah, and it'll be up for live. So if you want to rewatch it, I'm going to repost it. So no worries.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Thank you for hopping on. I'm going to let other people hop on.
Absolutely. Take care.
Lush. Hey, what's going on, Clutch? Hey there.
Excuse my hair. I just took it out, so I look
Oh, you
crazy.
look natural.
Oh, okay. So, this is my first time like even joining your live. So, I found your page. I think was it from Forbidden Knowledge or one of those pages, and I started following. And for a few years, I ate like plant-based and I worked out and stuff, and I kind of fell off. So I'm like slowly trying to find my way back, like into working out and eating well and stuff again. And so around that time, like your page came into my awareness, I guess. And I watched some of your stuff, and I was tuned in for the breath work right now. And I haven't really done too much. I know I did like was it his name is Jai Dev. Like I did like a tantric challenge thing, and there was some breathing exercises. So I don't really have too much experience. But what we just did right now, whilst we were doing it, there was some kind of imagery going on in my mind's eye. So I'm not even sure what it meant. I saw like a door. But after that, I feel pretty calm. I feel great. I have good energy, and I don't know, something happened eternally. So I'm looking forward to learning more about like what you do. And I'm pretty like I don't know what else to say. I didn't even think I would get picked.
No worries. You did.
But I'm
One
all the
of.
way in Canada, so I can't really come personally to anything that you have, but I'm
Oh,
pretty open into learning more about breath work and like getting my breathing right again and stuff like that.
yeah. December 19th, I'm going to do my best. I know last time I tried at least, but a lot of people, yeah, they still got a chance to experience the scalar sound bath before. But I'm going to try my best to have a better production in terms of Instagram Live. I can only do so much, so I try. So maybe you can tap in during that time and
Yeah, so what I've done,
experience
because
it.
I've missed a few of your other lives, so I put on the notification thing. So that's why I even like got the notification that you were going live. So that's there. So I keep track of your page so I don't miss anything.
Oh,
So
thank you.
hopefully I
So
see that.
so send me your address in my DMs
Okay.
and I'll send you a kimono. Appreciate
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, some more people wanted to hop in. Oh, Cosmic. So I think we have two more kimonos. Hello there.
Hey,
How we feeling?
we feeling energized.
And what's your name? Where you calling from?
My real name is Aslahan, and
Asla.
yeah, and originally I'm from Turkey, but I live in Germany right now. So, and yeah, I had tuned into your session, and I couldn't sleep, and I'm probably not gonna be able to sleep after that, so because I just have so much energy now, and it's just, since I live in Germany, I meant to ask you, do you ever go on tour with your sound bath stuff? Maybe like to Europe or something? Ever thought about it?
Europe is definitely on my list, but definitely not now. Well, I would say maybe the year after. I do have Egypt is coming up in March, and then maybe the year after I can finally touch Europe. I've always wanted to go to Europe. I always wanted to do that Euro train thing and experience that. I know it's totally different now, but hopefully, not hopefully, but anyway, the
Yeah,
year after I will definitely aim for Europe regardless.
that would be great because me and some of my friends, we be tapping into your stuff, so you would have here some audience, and we would be happy to join your sessions in real life,
Yeah, it hits
you know?
different in real life for sure. Yeah.
in real life and feel the energies. And yeah, thank you for everything you do. Definitely bringing value to a lot of lives, a lot of experiences. And
Thank you. And I want you to DM me your address and I'll send you a kimono.
yes, I'm happy about it. And thank you so much. I will do that.
Thank you. And which part of Germany are you in?
I'm in Nuremberg. It's close to Nuremberg. It's in Bavaria, like close to Munich. Maybe you know that.
Oh, I know Munich. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, so you're right there.
it's like 1.5, 2 hours from Munich.
Nuremberg. Okay. Is it a big city? How big is the
Um,
city?
I mean, it is smaller than Munich. Actually, me personally, I live in Fürth, which is like close to Nuremberg. It's like a small city, next to the big city, basically. But I would say I think it's comparable to Munich.
Okay. Sweet. Sweet.
Yeah.
I'll definitely keep a mind. I'll keep that in my mind. I'll actually put on when you send me your address, I'll actually put it on my list and something I should look over when I'm in Europe for sure.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, sister. Peace.
Peace.
All right. I think we have 1, 2, 3. We have. I'll do two more. Come on. I'm sure we have two more. LaJoy Beauty. Hey, LaJoy Beauty, can you comment here? And then I can tag you on live if you have an issue. LaJoy. Don't see you. Oh, there you are. All right. Go live with LaJoy. Oh yeah, I'm even bringing my copper pyramid to Europe. I mean to Egypt. To the pyramids. So that's gonna happen. I'm actually part of the retreat. I'm not hosting it. I'm just part of a specific retreat. Hey, yeah, we're also having our own retreat here February 13th. And this Friday actually is. I'm gonna invite some people here in Miami. So hey, if you're in Miami area and you want to come to my private little party, I'm having a test run with a humongous Tesla coil here with the pyramid and the scalars to have and feel what that's like. But we're also going to bring that into the retreat as well. And the retreat's going to be hosted here in Miami. It's not a fasting retreat, but if you want to fast, you're more than welcome to. I will help you in that sense. LaJoy is unable to join. Well, I tried. I will help you in that sense. It's a full week, basically. And there's a scalar sound bath. There's different parts that we go to in Miami. This is a full immersion of Alchemy Breathwork, meeting some other things I don't show publicly and bringing that into the sphere. Oh, Jonathan. All right, Jonathan's hopping on. Hey, brother.
Devon, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. I just wanted to tap in and share some love.
Thank you, man.
I saw you on live, so yeah. I'm not on here much. I'm not on live much, but just wanted to tap in.
Did you get a chance to do some of the breath work? I know you've been versed in it already.
Yeah.
You're part of the members group.
I tapped in. I've been doing it on a walk. It's for sure powerful with the walk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because think of it this way: while you're walking, and you're creating that kinetic force, like as every step goes, that's a kinetic force. That's a kinetic motion.
Mm-hmm.
And as you breathe, going back and forth and unifying it, it's a powerful. It's one of my favorite walking things to do.
Mm-hmm. And I've been.
Walking
I remember a while back you had mentioned to me how your Sifu, is that how you say it?
Yeah, Sifu. Yeah.
He would he shared with you to imagine the pyramids around you while you're walking, even before you have the pyramids. Mm-hmm. And I've been, not necessarily pyramids in general, but I've been working with that whole concept of like having that vision, that mind concentrated on that, so to speak, something similar. And that's been powerful because ever since I've gotten back, I've been in the city. So
I'm gonna upload it to the members group. It's called Breathing with Imagery, and it ties into the quantum basics of the quantum breathing. So I don't know if you ever tapped into that, but just understand that concept, and it'll definitely help you with what you're doing right now for sure.
It's powerful. It focuses your mind and your energy on finer things.
Mm-hmm. All right, brother. Thank you for tapping in. And
for sure.
how do you felt while you were walking? So you were walking while we were doing live?
Mm-hmm. So the sun sets here like very early, so I normally just walk until the sun sets. And I just feel like just cultivating really deeply, especially with the walks, the movement. It feels full body to get the movement with it as well.
Beautiful. So yeah, send me your address and I'll definitely send you a kimono. You don't have a kimono, do you?
I don't, no.
I'll definitely send you one, brother. So send me your address. I'm gonna let other people hop on, and thank you for hopping on, brother. As always, great
Perfect.
to see you.
I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon as well.
Yes. Peace.
All right. Bye.
All right. All right. Hey, Aaron, I saw Cosmic wanted to hop on. Hello there.
How are you? It's good to hear from you.
I'm electric, and you?
Oh my gosh. Like I said, nourished. Like I was because I have
Wait. Where are you calling from and what's your name?
Carly. I go by Cosmic Carly. I'm in Michigan right now. So it's nice and cold here. Wishing I was in Florida. But after that breath work, it was just like I've been working all day and I just felt so refreshed, like so full of energy, full, like my gut felt full, right? Like I didn't feel like I needed to, like I was starving. I was so hungry before starving. And then you're like, oh, like actually, no, I just wasn't breathing fully. I wasn't breathing properly. Imagine that.
Solves a lot of problems.
It really, anxiety, depression, basically any lifestyle, you know, disease when you start looking into it can be cured. Better not use the C word.
Yeah.
Right? Like helped significantly. So it's a beautiful thing. And
it really all starts with the gut. You take up any disease, they will say some type of gut. You'll find it there.
I tell
gut.
I'm like, if you're not going to do anything different, like at least take a probiotic. Like do something for yourself. Like you have allergies, take a probiotic. People are like, God, I'm so sick of you saying that. Like, come on, drink kombucha then. They're like, oh God. Oh, so good. Oh my goodness. Always looking to connect more with you though. I always learn something from your lives. I always feel like I'm connected with these amazing beings. Like it's such a great group of people here. Oh, Cassandra, some of my friends are in here. Hi, loves.
Hey.
Oh, so good. Breathwork though, it really does wonders for your life. I can't recommend it enough. If you don't have some sort of a breathwork practice or just becoming more conscious of your breath through, you know, a 5-minute meditation practice, like it's going to change your life. Give your brain 5 minutes of rest. Give your body 5 minutes of that nourishment, and you know it'll change your life.
You literally do the one that we did. You can literally do it in the office while you're even driving. Oh, that's the beautiful thing about it. You can even do it while you're driving. It's not the type of breath work that, again, you're going to have a seizure, and collapse or anything. You can literally go on and on and on, and that even gets you into, like I was saying, deeper layers of your mental capacity. And that's why I said the breath resides in all dimensions of reality. So when your mind starts fixating on how long you can, the longest I've done a particular set of a specific breathing practice was about over 20 plus hours, one particular set. And I was literally doing it all throughout the day. And it reminded me of the practice with music that I got from Nikola Tesla, where he would go into groups of people, and he didn't really like going into groups of people, very antisocial, because he could see energies and things like that. He was very energy conscious. Even before he walks into a building, he would do particular exercises before actually walking into the building, even around the building, because he knew about how energy works in that sense. So what he did was he would play a specific symphony in his head, especially when he's around people, in his head, and he could play it note for note, inch for inch, all down to the specific chords. That's what he was writing in his diary.
Nice.
And he did that. He got to that point because every day he would just play the same thing over and over again, to the point where he can recite it in his own brain. And it would bring a nice state of calmness to him when he was in these spaces.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Well, and
So,
like you were saying, there was so much technology that's been around for eons, you know, that's been kept from us for various reasons that we can tap into today and share with others that they can implement into their lives. Like, this is life-changing, you know, work. This is like behind the scenes, like how we, you know, bring life and change to this planet, and love and unconditional love to each other. So it's big. It's got to happen. It's got to be a grassroots too, person to person, and sharing this knowledge and, you know, waking each other up.
Exactly, sister. Well, I want to thank you again for hopping on. Thank you for sharing the breath. And send me your address, please. DM me your full name and address.
Can do. Absolutely. Great to see you.
Peace.
Thanks. Peace.
Let's see. Ooh, I like that one. I vibrate higher. I think we have one more kimono after this. So if you want to hop on here, share your experience, and hey, hello, brother.
Peace, King. Peace.
Peace. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from California.
Hey, CA. And your name?
Cortez.
Cortez. Pleasure to meet you, brother.
Pleasure
So
is mine,
do you want to
man.
share your experience with the breath that we just did?
Man, it was great. I tapped in right at the live at the beginning, and I got to see the brothers you had on here. It was just their energies was amazing, and once the breath started, it was just I was able to calm down, end of my day right. I was going to start meditating, but that was the perfect way to start. Just tapping into the that was my first time doing it with the friction, the technique you use, but it was beautiful. Um, I definitely like the tapping into the qualities of what are you thinking about as you're breathing daily, and just being present and mindful in those moments. It really just did it for me. So I just want to thank you for that.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for hopping on and sharing that experience.
Definitely.
It means a lot. So
But yeah,
I like your name. I vibrate higher. That's perfect.
definitely. I mean, it's just like the epitome of me. I just want to just be able to, incorporate our vibrations in everything we do. So if it's being mindful, if it's breathing, if it's just being present, that's a lot of the high vibes come from that, just being present in what you do. So like even jumping on the lives, like just cancel everything out and just be present and focus on the energies. And really it's just, piggybacking off of your session. So I just appreciate you being on here.
Thank you, brother. Do you have any kimonos?
Oh no! I would love one,
Well,
especially with the
I got you.
technology you have in it.
I'm gonna send this right to you. Just send me your address, DM me, and
Oh,
I'll send you one.
beautiful, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you. Peace. I'm gonna let other people hop on.
Peace, blessings.
I can give one more kimono. Let's see. One more live here. Hello there.
Hello.
Greetings.
I'm actually driving while doing the flex breathing technique.
Oh snap! Wait.
Yes.
First
And,
off, where are you calling from? And your name?
Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas.
Yeah. And your name?
Aaron.
Oh, Aaron. Okay.
And
Pleasure,
yeah,
brother.
I tuned in. I tuned in when you first started the breathing practice. I actually got out the shower and I was like cleaned up physically, you could say, and like, and then with that breathing technique, I felt myself just fully cleaning out internally with my breaths. And also I just felt charged up, like much more charged up. I've been fasting most of the day, and I actually have a tea prepared right now. It's a respiratory blend tea, and like just I'm looking forward to doing this technique more later. And I actually found your page several months ago, and I was already like just studying different breathing practices, different things like that. And a lot of this stuff kind of has come intuitively, and then watching you give specific techniques, I was like already on some of those without knowing it, and then it's just kind of helped me to get a better grasp on them, actually. Just learning from your experience and just building up my own experience.
Appreciate you having me part of your experience, brother.
Yes, I appreciate the information you put out, especially with the that Sumerian king list. That I think that is a very telling stuff, especially with breathing and more efficient breathing, and with longevity. I also right now I'm headed to a hospital to do a little bit of work, and I actually will be doing that when I'm going in there, because it's like a rehabilitation hospital, so it's like breathing is one very important thing with rehabilitation, I've noticed for myself.
It is. It's a building block again of our thoughts, but not only our thoughts, it's muscle memory within our gut and how that communicates to the rest of our body. Because that's the main center. Because 70% of our life actions is actually coming from the breath. So how we breathe is how we perceive and how we build within our bodies and have that inner dialogue.
Yeah. And actually, I was helping my brother. He was going through a little bit of trouble with it last night, and I was actually just helping him to breathe more, and I could like physically feel like his energy just getting better over time, as like I was trying to just guide him through breathing a little bit better. And yeah, just is breathing, efficient breathing. I've noticed over the past like several months, I've just been trying to do like more like a continuous breathing rather than I've heard you speak on not holding inhales or exhales too much, but just keep it flowing. And I think it's with this flex breathing, I think that's one thing I'll add with in a more like continuous fashion.
Yeah, brother. Well, thank you for hopping on. Whenever you make that stop, send me your address, your full name, and I'll send you a kimono. You got the last kimono.
Okay, thank you very much.
Much love. Peace. How many kimonos was up? I think that was 5. I think we can actually do one more. So, if you're rewatching this, uh, share this live. Tag me when you share this live on your story if you're rewatching this, and you'll enter for the last kimono there. Oh, Drake. Will this be posted? I missed the flex breathing. Yeah, I'll repost this. No worries. Again, thank you all for helping me build community, helping each other. There's so many connections that was made just from people just hopping on my live and then people going to other people and just co-creating. Uh, Thank you for allowing me to get up to 40K and just sharing any of my content in general and just tapping into any of the Alchemy Breathworks, either on YouTube or even if you're part of the members group. Thank you in general. I thank you to every single one-on-ones that I've ever done to help get me to this point. You all are appreciated. Every breath is appreciated. Every form of energy exchange is appreciated with every breath. And that honestly means a lot to me from the depths of my heart. And share breath consciousness as much as you can. Thank you all. Peace.